reuniting with an old high school flame on Grindr really seemed like a dream, just until it wasn't anymore. So there was this guy that I used to see in high school. We mostly just had sex, but he was pretty ashamed to know me. He was pretty ashamed to, he would pretend like he didn't know me to his friends and stuff. Although one night he drunkenly called me and was like, "Oh, will you please move in with me? Will you please move in with me?" Right after he graduated and I was still a student. I was like, "No, I'm like 16 or 17. Like, I'm not gonna move in with you. Like, you are ashamed to know me." Um, but anyway, I recently reconnected with him on Grindr because I know this is controversial. Some people think I shouldn't be on there, but I am on Grindr because I'm non-binary, and he was on Grindr because I was like, "Oh, so what? Are you gay or bi or what?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm pan, but not a lot of people know." I almost ignored him. I was this close to ignoring him, but I knew he'd been a Marine, and I'd just been watching Jarhead, and I've been drinking a little bit, so I was like, I'm kind of curious about his experience in the Marines after watching Jarhead, so I struck up a conversation. We started talking. We texted back and forth a little bit, then we agreed to meet. We had a date. It was pretty nice. And then I basically told him, I was like, I like you. Like, I'm attracted to you. I'd be interested in seeing you again. And he was like, yeah, I really like you too. And then he planned this big romantic evening. We went to the bar, went to the hookah lounge. He rented a king suite with a whirlpool at a nice hotel. So this big romantic evening. But then, like, he didn't bring condoms, which he should have. I always bring condoms, so I had condoms, but he didn't bring condoms. And then he didn't want to wear a condom. He was very resistant to wearing a condom, so that was a huge red flag for me. That really pisses me off. I know a lot of guys do that and it's common, but it just really pisses me off. Like, I don't want to get fucking pregnant or get STDs. Um, so that was a red flag. But basically, like, he wasn't a bad guy, but I'm just extremely mentally ill and quite sensitive. And I feel like he's just, very healthy and able bodied and is not able to really put himself in the shoes of a disabled or severely mentally ill person. So he would just make kind of insensitive comments about, like, I don't know, how much money he was making and how boss it was and how he just wanted financial security. And I mean, I know that's a relatively minor thing, but sometimes just small things kind of set me off, and just, I don't know, other stuff too. Just, I don't know, just kind of refusing to engage with me in the way that I needed to be engaged with, like, kind of like me trying to discuss my mental illness and him just kind of shutting it down a little bit and like not knowing how to respond to it and just kind of clamming up. So he wasn't a bad guy, but it just didn't work out. I honestly was a little bit immature. I sent him some kind of mean texts. And then I blocked him. I apologized for the day later. Still kept him blocked. Just gonna keep him blocked. If he really wants to get in touch with me, he can on Grindr. But I've got no interest in seeing him because it was just really screwing up my mental health. Like, it was really fun. Like, we had this texting relationship. He would talk to me and be like, "Oh, baby boy," like, we were all into the same kinks and stuff, but it was just not a good setup. I mean, I was attracted to him. We had a lot of the same kinks. He seemed really, really into me. Like, he wanted to, like, go make all these grand romantic gestures, and he seemed quite into me. But yeah, I just couldn't take my mental health being completely shot like 4 days and 3 weeks. And again, it wasn't even completely his fault. I'm just very sensitive and mentally ill. But it just wasn't a good match, unfortunately. So that's how it ended. Well, thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day.